Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to Look Back. This is a series of videos that I do where I talk about games that I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago this week. So let's go back 20 years ago woo, and talk about the games I was looking at then. Crocodile Pool Party. So this is, I believe, the first 1 rating I ever gave. This is from Rio Grande Cosmos. It's in the Cosmos 2-player line, and I have no idea how this game got published. It's swimmers are swimming in a pool. They are turning into crocodiles and eating each other. It is so boring and dreadful and dull and honestly broken. It's terrible. I hate it. Lawless from Bruno Catala. This might be the first Bruno Catala game I played. 5 out of 10. It's in the Blue Box games, and I like the Blue Box games. I believe this one eventually might have shown up as in some of his other games, and there's some interesting ideas that just didn't work out. Battle of the Bands from Third World Games. They made a lot of take-that style games in their heyday, which was, 20 years ago. This one's okay. It's about building a rock band at 6 out of 10. Risk 2210 AD. I really don't know how to rate this. I'm giving it a 7 because I have loved playing this game. I hated playing this game. I have never played this game where someone didn't get actually angry. I mean, it ends by the end of the game, but still, right? It takes risk and ups the ante. There's a lot of good things about it, but it's mean. Igloo Pop, a little game where you pick up igloos and shake them to see how many little beads are inside and guess. I really like that concept. It's a silly, really stupid game. Still in the Dice Tower library, 7.5. And Smarty Party, which we just played last week in our Kickstarter wrap-up party. This one I did not love when it first came out. I thought it was okay. It's really grown on me, going from a 6 to an 8, and it could go even higher. I want to play the new version of it. I think there's a 5th edition. All right, 10 years ago, Iconicus. This is a game about icons and kind of how you feel and stuff. It's okay, little party game. 6 out of 10. King's Ransom. This is an abstract back and forth game. Just shy of being what I want, 6.5. Theseus, The Dark Orbit. So this is a game from Ignacy and Portal Games, and there's a lot of cool ideas in this game. It only works as a 2-player game, in my opinion, and it also kind of needed to be expanded and stuff, just kind of died on the vine. It's good. It's lost a little bit of its luster. It's a 7 now for me. Dragon's Hoard, simple little card game, collecting different color sheep. Fun little game, 8 out of 10. All right, 5 years ago, I reviewed Flushing Frenzy. Now, I gave this one a 5, which is bad. It gets a 1 on theme. The idea of you catching a piece of poop that shot out of your toilet tank is just gross and stupid. I get it. This was, unfortunately, 5 years ago, America was in a toilet board game frenzy. I'm not kidding. There was like 5 or 6 of them out, 2 of them being reviewed in this very episode. This one's just dumb. Rice Dice. This was a game for Philip DuBarry based on the bigger game, the Rice Patty game, but this one just didn't work. 5 out of 10. Costume Party Assassins. Moving meeples around assassinating each other. Pretty low production quality, unfortunately. Another 5 out of 10. Campus Cafe. This is like running your, the local Starbucks or whatever it might be. Some interesting ideas, but just not enough. It's okay. 6 out of 10. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. 5 years ago now this was. I felt that this was, I just didn't enjoy it. I gave it a 6. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I felt there was too much reading, too much not enough player decisions, and maybe I'm Arkham Horror out at this point. I think I would prefer the 2nd edition, even though it's much longer. Flush. Here's the other toilet game, but this one's actually funny. The toilet's moving around the table and you're trying to throw stuff into it. That's funnier and it's a better game. 7 out of 10. Wander, The Cult of Barnacle Bay. There's a big, grandiose game from some folks who used to work at CMON, and you can tell. It's good. It's lost a bit of its luster because I just don't pull it out as much, so a 7 out of 10. The Primary. I know a lot of people don't like politics. I love politics, at least at an abstract level like this game is, where you're running through a primary. I find primaries to be interesting. 8 out of 10. And Detective Club. Possibly my favorite party game. I really love this game about lying about cards, but even telling the truth makes you sound like lying. It's just a great game. I've upped this to a 9.5. Last year, I took a look at The Gardens. This is a game from Dunstan and Gilbert, Grail Games. Just kind of boring. 6 out of 10. It's not terrible, just not that great. Gartenbau, another game where you're building a grid in front of you, flowers, upgrading them to other flowers, upgrading them to other flowers. Just has that kind of boring feeling. 6 out of 10. Meat Master, or Salad Master. This one's just shy of what I want, 6.5, mostly because you're just randomly guessing how many calories things have, but it's amusing. Break the Cube, a puzzle-solving game from Yellow, where you're trying to put stuff into like a little bit of a cube. I like that, 7 out of 10. Lands of Galzier. This one is a game that everyone here at the studio loves. I like it. I found that the actual wheel, while it's really cool, doesn't really change or upgrade. I wish this game had a little bit more upgrading for the characters, but it's fine as is, 7.5. Les Apaches de Paris. This is about gangs in Paris. A really neat game. It's hard to get because the distribution of this is very small. But if you can find it, it just feels fresh and different. 8 out of 10. Charioteer. This is a GMT racing game, which I surprisingly enjoyed quite a bit. You're racing around the track, playing cards. Different colors mean different things. There's a little bit of back and forth in it, but it feels like a more modern version of the old Chariot games. 8 out of 10. And Beer and Bread, a good, solid 2-player game. Very popular, still very popular now. Back and forth feels like a harken back to the old Cosmos 2-player games. Not Crocodile Pool Party, but the good ones. 8 out of 10. And those are reviews that I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel, and this is Look Back on the Dice Tower.